I mean, probably could be at least 300-400 people in this bar within the next 20 minutes. So it's a good thing you've come in early. Have you been here before, sir? No. Oh, where have you been?
Where do we live?
No. Sure. Where are you from?
Barrington.
Barrington, Illinois. Oh, yes. I know it well. Old Hickory, they call it. Yes, indeed. Barrington, the queen. Welcome to the bar at the Chicago Magic Lounge. My name is the Amazing Bibic. Hey, it's time for a little bit of setup. We're going to get ready for a big crowd here this evening. We're sold out for 2 shows. Our headliner this week, the one and only, Michael Dardant.
That was perfect. I got my own intro to my own talk show.
Like
that was beautiful.
That's cool.
Because I just happened to be headlining tonight, but that is not why I wanted to get this, because this guy is world famous and really famous for his style of magic. And he's the main guy that you'll see at the bar here. He's just getting set up for
I
the
am
bar magic.
world famous. This is the world that I'm famous in right here. So you can see where my sphere of influence is.
It's your sphere of influence.
Yes, now, where are you from? Show me on the map. Where is it?
Okay.
Yes.
So if you go down to the
Wait.
little boot.
Oh, let's see. Wait, hold on. Point to it when it passes by.
Yeah, right there.
Wait, you gotta wait till tomorrow. Okay, wait.
Next.
Oh, I see it right
Yeah.
there. Oh, yes. What's it called?
New Orleans.
Oh, yes, New Orleans. I've heard of it before. The Mile High City. Yes, indeed. New Orleans. I believe it's in Louisiana, if I'm not mistaken. New Orleans. Motown, they call it. Oh, yes. Love New Orleans. Beantown. Been there many times. It's the Mile High City. That's what I love about it. It's a city by the bay. Check it out if you get a chance sometime.
It's the Mile
It is
Low
by the
City.
bay.
It's underneath
The
the
Mile
bay.
Low City.
We're a soup bowl.
That's the home of the big Ding Dong Daddy.
We're below sea level.
You actually have the world's largest nacho chip there, I believe.
Do we?
I don't know. I made that up. We're setting up here a little bit, having some fun at the Magic Lounge, and 2 sold-out shows. For all of you folks out in the IBM land, welcome. I've been an IBM member for many, many years. Order of Merlin, yeah, baby.
Oh, wow, yeah,
Oh, yeah,
it's
working
been
on
that
that
long.
shield, yeah. I think I'm about at least 30 years. So, long time. And I want to answer one question right away that all of you are wondering. The answer to that question is no.
I was
So
going
what
to
else
ask
do you
that
wanna know?
question. Yeah, I was going to ask, yeah.
No, the answer is no. These are not my real eyebrows. Okay? Thank you very much. Thank you. These are my real eyebrows. Right here. I keep them on a stick, you know? I find it's easier that way to keep track of them. Okay.
I was going to ask you about that because we were talking about it in the dressing room about how you get your eyebrows to look so amazing. But I think also
Can't reveal all my secrets, you know?
you have to have the right shape of face.
Well, it's, you know, and this is how the good Lord made me.
So like, at some point you got to discover like you've got the perfect face for that type of eyebrow.
I used to shave these. I don't know. They just kept growing. My brother has them too.
So now, is
Get
it
that
easy to
cleaned
talk
up.
and set up at the same time?
Yeah, we sure can. Yes, I just
Cool.
need to get cleaned up here. How do you do, sir?
Well, so I want to talk about your
vacuum
setup
first.
because.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead and
Okay,
vacuum
yeah, I
this.
just want to get this because it's important. It's high class place here. Okay. Oh, thank you. Yes. Where are we going to ask?
Well, about the fact that when a lot of people do close up and we might know so many routines, but yeah,
Right.
we stick to our staples and we'll do
Sure.
like the same 3 or 4 over and over. But you have so many go-tos.
Well, yes, that is true. But I feel the formula is this, Michael: 10, 100, and 1,000. Do you have any other questions? Oh, 10 tricks. You have to know 10 great tricks.
Okay.
You have to know 100 great bits.
Okay.
And you have to know 1,000 jokes
I love that.
to be a good bar magician.
And you can stand by it.
Yes, indeed.
Because you know more than 1,000 jokes.
Well, that's probably true. Yes.
You'll hit someone with 1,000 jokes in like a few seconds.
That's a good point. Yes. Yes, indeed.
Which I want to delve into a little more
right.
about that,
Yes.
because I could probably spend 3 hours just breaking
Sure.
down your comedy and talking about that.
Please,
but
it's broken enough. Thank you.
let's back up to let's talk a little bit about your start in magic. So, but first, my first question that I always ask is, what is something up your sleeve?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. This is not. Can you ask me that again, please, when I'm ready?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hold on
Yeah.
a second here.
No, it's fine.
There's that thing. Oh, I bet you it's in here. All right, that's okay. We're editing, right?
Yeah, totally. And but I'll mention how you were actually helping me to restructure one of my jokes, and basically making it a little more concise, and it killed. I did it last
did
night
you
on
do it? Yeah.
stage. Yep, it was perfect. Did great, and then we did the running gag actually that Jason was involved with.
You know, I only saw it come off. I didn't see the gag.
It's a running gag.
All right, well.
It's literally a running gag.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
And so hopefully, you get a chance to catch it tonight.
All right, cool.
Because it's hard to explain without the visual, I guess. But yeah, definite running gag.
All right, cool. Here it is. Yes, people often ask me how long have I been doing magic. Of course, I started when I was a kid. True story that I tell in my bar show here. In the first grade, a magician came to our school and picked old Bibic out of the audience, and he had a little handkerchief, which some might call a devil's hank. I don't know how thinking about that. It was a Catholic school. Why'd they leave? Why'd they book that guy?
Why did
I
they
don't know,
censor
man.
that?
Yeah. Dude with a devil's hank. Anyway, he made it into a bag and said, reach inside, whatever you find you can keep. And when I pulled out my grubby hand, full of candy.
Wow.
I said, I want to be a magician, man.
Free candy.
Free candy. All the candy you want. Yep.
Still to this day.
I started, I did my first thing when I was 9 for one of the, when I went to Catholic school, one of the nuns was retiring, and they had a little show for her, and 3 of us did magic tricks, and I pulled a string through my neck, and in my little 9-year-old voice, I said, I gotta be careful with this trick, because I could lose my head. Which, when you're 9, that's some quality material there, yeah. Yeah, so I got a big laugh, so first I saw that's cool, I never thought about it that way. First I had the candy, and then I heard the laugh. There you go.
Would you say that comedy is a huge motivation for you?
Oh, for sure. People want to have a good time and
Yeah.
want to have laughs. I mean, mystery and magic, if you think about it, there's some great silent acts or, straight acts that, I shouldn't say that about straight, because but you have comedy. You're a comedy guy too. Yeah, it's an integral part of it, isn't it really?
Well, some people say that.
Yeah.
Really, in some cases, the magic is the excuse for being on stage.
Right.
But essentially, you're there to entertain, and in some cases, the comedy comes first. That's just because that's what you know is going to win the crowd over.
True. It's a good way to start off. Everybody likes to start with a laugh.
Sure.
Right. Exactly. But so I've done a lot of things over my time. I worked family resorts. I worked cruise ships. I worked school tours. Did several years out on the road doing tours. And what else? Lived in Chicago. Moved here after college. Chicago.
So you've been here a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pursued my magical career.
Nice.
Trade shows, company shows, social parties. Little of everything.
And how amazing is it to have this space available?
Oh, it's the best. Yes. And don't tell anybody.
Right?
I got the best gig here. Don't tell
It's
anybody.
best.
It's the best gig here.
And he's in his element. This is the environment. We're here about 45 minutes before opening.
Mm-hmm.
So we might get some footage of him in action, but there'll be people here throughout the night because the bar is free.
Yes.
Anybody can just come in and hang out at the bar and see amazing magic from Bibic at the bar. And of course, you have to have a ticket to go see the actual shows.
Right.
But you can just hang out here in between the shows, or if you just want to come and see some magic or hang out at a cool bar that's not just the bar but has magicians as well.
Yep.
But the bartenders are especially cool because I've noticed how much they're involved in your. They know your acts, they know your routine, and they're involved.
Yes.
They have moments that they help with the jokes.
Yep.
Almost like you guys sit here and rehearse, which is
By
incredible.
force.
By force.
Of course we rehearse. We rehearse constantly.
So not only
Aaron, our main bartender, has a strong background in performance and improv. And
Yes.
so, we've come up with bits together over the time together. And, it makes a lot of fun for the audience.
Yeah, it's when you least expect it. Because not only they're mixing amazing drinks, but then all of a sudden they become part of the magician's act when you least expect it. They're in when you don't even think they're paying attention. They'll do something or add to the punchline or they'll be the punchline,
Right.
and that to me just makes it twice as hilarious, really, when you see that. So let's talk a little bit about. Do you want me to ask you that question again, or are you ready?
Which one? Oh, up my sleeve?
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, Vivek, what is something up your sleeve?
Well, actually, I do have a sort of a side project that I started because I don't know if you know we were shut down for a couple of days there, some couple of years
Some
back.
kind of virus or something.
And so I actually started a rubber chicken farm.
Nice.
Yes, I've got a rubber chicken ranch, and these are some of my chickens right here. Isn't that a good looking chicken, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
I know. Can you see that? That is nice. It's a nice looking chicken, isn't it? Thank you.
great.
I raised them myself. We have a rubber chicken ranch across the road. Uh-huh. They're so nice. Have you ever had rubber chicken? No. It's delicious. You never worked a banquet? How do you like that? You got to get some more gigs, man. It is soft though. Feel how soft it is. Feel it. Oh wow, that's a. Oh my gosh! Wow. Oh my gosh! Wow. Hey Jason, you want to try it? Come on up, man. It's a lot of fun.
Try this.
Yeah, try it. It's fun. Here it is. Okay, that's the wrong end. Okay. Okay.
Wow.
Anyway, if you're ever in the neighborhood of the Chicago Magic Lounge, please join us. We're right across the road, Small Beak Acres. And stop by, get some chicken. We have eggs too. The eggs are delicious. They're fresh. You like fresh eggs?
I do.
The best. I
Wow.
know it. Yeah. So nice, aren't those? Probably should have put them all in one basket. That's okay. There'll be some more tomorrow. That's all right. So anyway, yeah, that's what I've been up to. A little rubber chicken action and doing here Magic at the Magic Lounge. So it's quite exciting. Yes.
Now, metaphorically speaking, what is something up your sleeve? Meaning, what makes you you? What makes you Bibic and not just any performer where we go? I saw Bibic tonight.
Well, certainly I would have to say. All right, you want to get really metaphysical about it?
Okay,
All right.
sure. Let's get
So we're all on our path, right?
Right.
And each one's on their own path. And everything you've done to this moment has created the person you are right now. Therefore, that's what I have. I have all those things I've done in the past, my experiences in hospitality. Because the thing about the bar magician is that it's really one of the most crucial, if not the most crucial magician position here, because people are just coming in and not seeing the show. And if they like what they see, they'll come back and see the show or hang out at the bar. And if they don't like what they see, they will not come back.
That could be true.
Yes. So the bar magic is certainly a very important part of the whole operation here. So I feel myself as more of a magic host.
Yes.
The host of a magic party. I greet people as they come in, and I invite them to sit, tell them what's going on, because so many people have never been here before. They don't know what's going on. They just walk through a dryer, for goodness sakes. So it's about making them feel comfortable and having a good time. And if I found out, I learned their names all the way along, as whenever possible. There's been many times where I can learn everybody's name in the whole room, and then at the end of the show, as I'm saying goodbye, I thank them all by name. There's some magic for you right there.
Yeah, it's
Try that.
All right.
Yeah, don't try it, just do it. It's not that hard to do. It's a matter of focus and concentration, and the fact that they're all sitting in the same spot for an hour.
Right.
So that helps. But I do learn them, because then later, when I see them walking out, hey, Frank, take it easy. And they're all surprised. Because who doesn't love their own name? Right, Nick?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Which
sorry.
actually,
Mitch.
that was one of the jokes you hit me with last night in the
that?
dressing room. Was one of the staff is named Michael, and he came in and you introduced me, Michael, meet Michael.
Oh, yeah.
And then you said,
Yes, I'm just trying to make ends meet. It's a good joke. Try it yourself.
and not
Commit
many
to
people
it, though. You
not
gotta
many people
commit
would
to
go
it.
for that one. They would go for like some Magic Mike joke or something.
Oh, yeah.
So comedy wise, you're
Yes.
so rapid fire.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it feels like you're gonna make the joke because it's entertaining you, whether they get it or not doesn't.
Right.
Like you don't even
of course,
care because you know it's funny.
Right, and I'm on to the next one anyway.
And some of them are thinkers. You're already on the next one. This guy's like laughing from 3 jokes ago.
Right, yeah.
And so take us through
They're
that
time
process a
jokes.
little
You
bit.
laugh
about-
when you get time.
You have like a machine gun of jokes. You're just hitting the crowd, and it's like they have to try to keep up. Basically,
It's true, and if they don't, get out.
Yeah, right.
That's what I say to them. Well, that in particular, that M joke, I actually did work on that joke. I had the idea for it actually originally with ends. Like
Okay.
what I like to do is to take a phrase and then play with it and see what I can come up with.
Right.
So, I don't know if I was driving down the road and heard on the radio somebody was talking about making ends meet and how tight their budgets were. And I said, making ends meet. And then I actually, my thought was that I would do it with people whose name begin with N.
Okay.
But there are fewer than than people whose name begin with M.
Right, which is something I may not have thought about.
Yeah, and the
Unless
M's.
you're trying to recreate this joke. Yeah.
Yes, and the M's work just as well.
Sure.
Verbally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Making M's meet or
Yeah.
making ends meet. So
And it's the kind of thing that I remember when I was here 10 months ago. I saw you do that joke with 2 other people randomly, but as quick as I heard it, that's as quick as I forgot it. So when you hit me in the dressing room with it hit me again, and it was just as funny. It's the kind of joke that's just going to work every time. So who were some of let's talk about your influences,
Yes.
because I could tell right away that you didn't just have magic influences, you seem to have comedy and theater influences. So who are some of your influences who inspired you that you admire?
Well, on the magic end, hey girl, on the magic end, I can mention some others in a minute, but on the magic end, I grew up in Detroit, so at the Magic Club were people like Carol Fox, and
Right.
Roy Kissel was a dealer in town, and he was a very funny guy, and so there were some good magic influences coming up along that way. And I first started going to Colon, Michigan, which just, was a few weeks back.
Yeah.
This past year.
Oh, you were just there?
Yes, I was just there.
Yes. Oh, and Meadow said to tell you hi.
Yes.
She didn't know if she got a chance to say hello, but she
Yes.
saw you there, and of course,
Yeah.
very excited to see you
She
there.
did really well. Yeah, it was cool. Yeah.
And you had some great names at that event.
Yeah.
Matt King.
Right.
And Mike Cavney.
Yeah, and Guy Hollingsworth.
Guy Hollingsworth.
Yeah.
Wow.
So actually, that's the 50th time I've been to Colon, Michigan.
Really?
Yes.
Wait, the 50th time or the 50th time you've been there?
The 50th time I've been there for a convention.
Wow.
Yes.
That's incredible.
So I started there young. We went there when we were 13. 4 of us from our school got
my
together.
goodness.
One guy's mom and dad drove us there, dropped us off, and came back for us 4 days later.
Wow. You deserve the Order of Merlin.
So yeah.
Big time. 50 years of, and that's
yeah.
really, it's the most magical city.
Yeah, for sure.
So much magic history there.
Oh yes, Colon, Michigan. I know it well. Yes, indeed. The Mile High City, they call it. All right. Yes. Yes, indeed. Colon, Michigan. The Copper Town, they call it. Yes, indeed. Colon. I know it well. Gateway to the West. Oh yes. I've been there many times.
Now, is he just saying peace, or is he saying 2 minutes?
No,
till
I
we
say we
open?
have 2 minutes until we're opening.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Would this be in the way to just keep it going?
I don't know. Let's see what
or-
happens. Might want to pull it back.
We pull it back a little
over
bit,
there, yeah.
and just catch
Yeah,
you
we'll
in
see what
action.
happens. Yeah.
Do we have people outside?
Let me double check and see. But
Okay.
we are opening right in 1 minute.
Oh, nice. All right.
Oh.
1 minute and counting. Nice.
1 minute. Oh, I didn't tell you about the other influences. Laurel and Hardy, Three
Okay.
Stooges,
Yeah.
Groucho Marx. I always like Groucho a lot. It's kind of sassy and
Yeah, and your
Wise.
timing, you have great puns and great timing, and just that cadence that of one joke after the next that someone is forced to keep up. Somebody
Right.
has to pay attention, because otherwise they know they're missing something.
exactly.
And I was trying to relate to, who would I guess as your influence, just because I'm trying to relate to comedians of the past that I've seen. Because
Oh, yeah.
obviously you do great magic, and I love your effects. It's obviously we're very well practiced, but you've got a comedy style that I think is what you're mainly known for.
Yeah, I guess if I think of other comedians along those lines, certainly Milton Berle, Eddie Youngman, the old time dudes. So they were all pretty funny, and they had great timing. That's what you can learn listening to
Right.
them. And the other comedy influence that I like a lot, and I've always liked, is old time radio shows, because of the writing.
Yeah.
Because you can learn a lot about writing on
Yes.
those shows,
Yeah.
and beats, and where the laugh is, and how to make it efficient as possible. So those are cool too. Yep. Just keep your ears open. I still read joke books all the time. I got a good one going now. Gotten some jokes out of it already.
Cool.
So it's good, yeah, for sure.
You don't run out. That's for sure.
Well,
You
it's...
never disappoint. So if it's okay, I'll move that back and you can just catch a little bit of him in action. So
See what
don't want to
happens.
get in the way. So we can open it and I'll get out of the
Did
way.
I
and
mention?
kind of like-
Did I mention the ladies you meet here?
Oh.
Oh yes, just last night. I'll tell you what. One of the young people here rolled their eyes at me. I'm a gentleman, so I picked them up and rolled them back.
You had a joke that I loved about the woman on the magician's arm.
That'd be a cool trick. I'm gonna work on that one. Why come nobody's done that? That's funny.
Yeah,
Huh.
that's great.
All right. I'll be performing that next year at the IBM convention.
Yes.
Hey, book me for that. All right. All right. Let's turn the lights.
Yeah, you had a
Music
joke
back on.
about a woman on a magician's arm.
Yes, what do you call a beautiful woman on a magician's arm? A tattoo. Which actually, I don't know if I told you this. I have your name tattooed on my arm. Did you know that?
I did not know
Yes, I do.
that. Really?
Yes, I do. I have only one tattoo on my body. It's on my arm, and it's your name, so it's pretty cool.
I would
No
like
wonder
to
I
see
have this.
that.
Pardon me?
I would like to see that.
You don't believe me?
I don't believe you.
Oh, you like that. You know, you try to tell people, be honest with people. He's interviewing me over here. I'm trying to be honest to all you folks out there. I know you want to be as cool as me. I'm trying to tell them. We can make a wager, maybe.
Oh,
What do you say, $100?
that's a lot.
I know.
I would not wager $100 with you for
50
anything.
bucks? 50 bucks. 100. All right.
$5.
$5. Says I
$5.
got you. All right, sounds good. It's my only tattoo. Am I kidding you? You have
Yeah.
tattoos?
Only one? I have none.
No?
No.
Only one. Let's see, it's right. Wait. Oh, it's over here.
It's a real tattoo.
Yeah. Is that your name?
Oh my gosh.
Is it spelled right?
Oh wow.
I think it's spelled right.
hold it right there. Oh no, come down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I owe you $5. There's
Okay.
you're right.
All
You
right.
do have your
Yep.
name.
Could you pass me the bucket, please? I need that bucket right away, please, before it changes its
Yeah,
mind.
let's get that going.
Exactly.
Let's influence some other patrons.
Ah, it's
Yeah.
so good. I'm gonna tip myself.
Yes. That's worth it. All right.
I recommend everybody get one of those tattoos. That's what you call a commitment to the bit, folks. Come on.
That is extreme commitment. Commitment to character, commitment to the bed. Wow.
Do you have any tattoos?
That was beautiful. I guess what we'll do is we'll take a break,
Sure.
and then I'll back it up a little bit, and we'll just try to catch a little bit of just you in action.
Thanks, everybody. And to all of the magicians out there, remember one thing. Your magic is strong. Thank you. It is.
The amazing
It's
Vivek.
what I think of every time I walk out on stage. Before I go out, I say, your magic is strong.
Now we're going to shake hands.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you a personal question.
Okay.
I like the music. You're going to tell me the truth.
Okay.
Do you have a good imagination?
Yes.
Okay. Hold your hand out just like this. Make sure the camera can see. This game works with your imagination.
Okay.
And these cards. Now, Val, the good thing about imagination games is you can't lose.
Okay.
And 1 minute, Ryan's jaw is going to hit the floor because of what you're about to do.
Okay.
Okay. Now, here's what I want you to do, and it's easy. Imagine I gave you 4 cards. And imagine that these cards are the 4 queens.
Okay.
Now, this is the hard part. Just imagine this. Imagine I could reach over and take out 2 queens that are the same color.
Oh.
In your imagination, did I take out the red ones or the black ones?
Red.
Absolutely right. You're great at this. Good job. Now, imagine I can turn one of the red queens over so that everyone can see it. In your imagination, did I take out the red or the queen of hearts or the queen of diamonds?
Queen of Hearts.
Are you sure?
I'm not sure, but my imagination is telling me that.
Well, let's see how good your imagination is. You see, one card is face up, and like you imagine, it's the queen of hearts.
Wow.
Yeah. And Val, this was all you, wasn't me. And to prove it, look, I used the queen of hearts from a different deck.
No way.
And I had so much confidence in Val that I didn't even bring the other queens. Wasn't she perfect?
Wow. And we didn't speak about this before today.
No.
Special episode on location, as most of my interviews have been on a Zoom call.
Oh,
But
wow.
we are specifically in the Chicago Magic Lounge with Benjamin Barnes, who books the talent here. And we're actually this is the table used for the close-up. Tell us about this room.
So this room is the 654 Club. Seats 43 people, and we play host to the greatest close-up magicians in the world. As you alluded to a moment ago, they perform right on this table. There's a cloth on it now, but when we do the shows, we just had a show about 5 minutes ago, and people have a great time.
And actually, the close-up show is a VIP ticket that is specifically for those that have come to the stage show, but then want even more magic because the stage seats even more people. And there's a feature act and a headline act at the stage show, and then the people with the VIP tickets get to come in the close-up room. So we're talking, I guess we'll go a little out of order. So we'll talk about the lounge and then talk about you, because this is such a beautiful theater. Really, the best of the best magicians want to perform at the Chicago Magic Lounge because there are not many places where you feel like I am home. I am at home. I am where I need to be because this is where people respect and love magic, and you feel like a rock star. And this is one of the few places in the world you experience that.
Absolutely. So what would you like? Where would you like me to start?
Let's talk about the beginning of this location.
Okay, so this location, when it started construction, or it was open, I should say, 2018. That's when the doors opened. And I've been with Chicago Magic Lounge since 2018. And it's been amazing. We've had every magician you can think of here, including yourself. Our audience is 99% lay people, which is amazing. Most people get their tickets 2 months in advance. So by the time they show up, they are so excited. They've been waiting for this. And as a magician, it's great to know, excuse me, that the show that you're going to perform has been sold out already.
I looked at the website today because I've had friends asking last minute, like, can we come to your show? We can come to Chicago and see you, and it's sold out.
Sold out.
It's already sold out.
Sold out. When most people, it's their first magic show, and all lay people, so they clap at the right time.
Yeah.
They laugh. It's all new to them. And that makes it really special to perform at as a magician.
It's very cool to be at a venue where people are stoked to see magic.
Yeah.
They know that's what they're there for.
Yes.
And there aren't many places that have a venue dedicated to that is specifically geared to magicians. It's really nice to be in an environment that they want to see magic, and the entire experience is geared toward that, as opposed to trying to adapt. And being from New Orleans, I've had to adapt to so many situations. And every magician has gone through that, where you got to figure out how you're going to make this work. This is a venue that makes it work for you, that no matter what, your magic is just going to work because the venue provides that environment for you.
Right. And it's good that you learn how to adapt to different situations.
Sure.
That's part of what makes it so special to be in a place that's set up for what you do. You don't have to sell the audience on seeing magic. They're here for it. They come into the theater applauding.
Right.
And then you hit the stage and it just takes it up a notch.
So if you've been paying attention to this talk show, you may have seen my interview with Paige when she gave us a tour of the lounge and talked about how this works. But let's take them through the experience of starting at in the street.
Yeah.
So starting at the door.
Yep. So for the people who get here early in the evening, they come to a nondescript building. There's some magic posters outside that tell you might be in the right place. And then you go into the laundromat and you see washing machines.
My Uber driver passed it up.
Yeah.
Totally did not even see the location and was bringing me. I was like, wait.
Yeah,
No, it's right there.
That's it. Yeah, from the outside, you would never know that you have this palace of magic just on the other side of the door. And the first thing most people will experience is the bar. And they see...
I'm sorry, I cut you off, though. You go into a laundromat.
The laundromat, yeah. And you have to figure out how to access the magic lounge from the laundromat. And that's part of the fun. That's really the first piece of magic that you see is that, we throw you off balance from the moment you walk through the front door. You make your way into the laundromat. You go to the bar. There's a bar magician there the entire time we're open. You don't need to buy a ticket for that. You can enjoy Bibick or Kayla Drescher or Devin Brown or Mike O'Donnell. Those are our normal bar folks. And then at some point, you'll be escorted into our library, which has classic antique magic books and props. And from there, you into the world of the Magic Lounge. I won't explain how you enter the world, but it is a fascinating process. It's an amazing moment that happens before you come into the cabaret space. Cabaret seats 107 people. And for the first hour you're in the cabaret, you see close-up magic at your tables. We have 6 magicians working our signature show. And we have a magic host that directs the flow of magic in the room. So even if you're performing on tables, you don't have to think, where should I go next? There's someone there who directs you to all the tables. And that's just to make sure that our customers have the right amount of magic before the stage portion begins.
What is the right amount?
We've discovered through trial and error, believing that 3 magicians is perfect.
Okay.
That gives people time to enjoy magic, but also to eat and to have a drink and just to talk and socialize with one another.
And they have roughly, about an hour before the stage show begins to just experience chilling out, hanging out, ordering some food, getting some drinks, which, I mean, the drinks help to experience magic.
Oh, yeah,
but
sure.
Drinks help to experience everything.
Yeah.
And they'll get to see close-up magicians walking around, coming to their table. And that's just the first encounter after unless they've spent some time in the bar, that's the first encounter here at the lounge.
Yeah, and then the MC hits the stage, and for the first 3 to 5 minutes, they do a little bit of a history lesson of not only the Chicago Magic Lounge, but Chicago magic in particular. And it just gives context to everything that you've seen before the stage program, everything you're going to see on stage, and everything that you see after, including the 654 Club.
And let me take a moment to talk about the main MC that is here at the lounge. There are many MCs, but the main MC is Jan Rose, who, and I've been an MC on many occasions, one of the main things I do. She's one of the best in the business.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. A lot of people come here for their birthdays, for their anniversaries, for different special events. They'll come with a group. She memorizes every single birthday or event going on and every name and goes out without any notes and addresses the crowd and makes everyone feel special by remembering whose birthday it is. It blows my mind, actually. That in itself is a magic trick. And I feel like the audience doesn't necessarily appreciate enough what is going on there until she has one mention of how she's memorized that, and they realize it because there's no teleprompter. She's not even taking out her paper of notes. She just remembers everything. It's incredible.
And on Friday and Saturday, she does it twice.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, two different shows. You got to remember the early show and the late show of who is where and what. Oh, it's incredible.
Yeah.
I don't know how she does it. You guys are lucky.
Yeah, we are. She has all of these memory techniques, and she's just doing it. Memorizing every special occasion, their names, where they're sitting in the room. Unbelievable.
She should do a lecture on memorization.
She should.
Because it's a technique that she's mastered that I don't think anybody understands how it works, really.
No, I don't
so
think
it's
so.
like magic within itself. I'm standing because I had the privilege of headlining tonight. As I'm standing behind the curtain, it's blowing my mind. I'm thinking how, because I know she's not looking at anything. I'm like, how is she remembering all of this? And then back in the dressing room, I'm thinking, well, I shouldn't probably interrupt her process, but nonetheless, I'm still talking to her. I'm like, oh, hey, I loved you last time. It's good to see you again. Let's take a picture. I love your daughter. Your family's so talented. And yet she just, it doesn't even bother her. She still amazingly just produces all this information out of nothing. And it makes everybody in the crowd feel special before the show has even begun.
Yeah.
So then you get to watch 2 acts for the stage show.
Yeah. And then out of the 107 people, 43 are ushered into the 654 Club, which is our sort of exclusive after party magic show. And as you saw tonight, it's very interactive. The magician is moving throughout the room. People are coming up and they're seeing formal close-up magic, which most people have never seen before in a state-of-the-art theater that's designed for it. We have theatrical lighting. As you saw tonight, there was music. So it really does add a theatrical element to the close-up magic that they've already seen, which takes it to a whole nother level.
What would you say if I noticed so many people that come up and tell me that, and people like my age that have said, I have never seen magic live.
Yep.
I've only seen it on television. Do you have that same experience?
All the time. All the time. Yeah, but for most people, this is their first experience of a magic show. But it's like you said, there aren't places to see magic like this. So for most people, if they may have seen it on television, but most people, 80 to 90% of people have never seen a magician in person.
And it's a completely different experience. You see magic on TV and you think you've seen magic.
Yep.
And then seeing it in person, you realize, wow, even if you weren't thinking like camera tricks or angles in the back of your mind, you're still thinking of those outs, those options, because you're not seeing it live and you're seeing it in 2 dimensions. You're not seeing it the way it was meant to be performed, the way the craft was meant to be. And it's one of those art forms, or maybe the only art form, that is meant to be delivered live and in person. It's not meant to be seen on a flat screen, and the experience completely changes once you see it that way. And it blows my mind how many people haven't. And that just tells me how really, after years and years of this art developing, that it's still young. It's still at the point that people my age haven't seen it live. That is crazy. So everybody watching this needs to come to the Chicago Magic Lounge and experience live magic. So on that note, you guys, it's sold out almost all the time. So can you give us a hint as to the marketing behind this?
The marketing behind, I will say that there is a marketing machine behind it. We have a marketing director, her name is Cindy Ferkel, and it's a combination of many different things. You know, we had a television spot today. It was a TV interview with one of our bartenders. She does things online, all social media. We definitely stay up to date with social media and working with social media. The details of how she does it, beyond me. That's her magic trick. But you know, and her magic trick is making sure that the seats are full, and she does it. I don't know the details, but she is a marketing professional. She's been in the business for a long time. So she really knows what she's doing, and you see it with the audiences. You know, again, we have a building with no sign in the front.
It's in the script. The Lyft driver couldn't even find it, and yet it's sold out every night. Now, from what I was, because I didn't see the new special, but from what I understand, it was actually focused on mixing drinks. It was actually, it wasn't even focused on the magic. It was the bartender showing some of the mixed drinks that they do.
So, and the drinks are incredible. The menu is incredible. We have some of the top chefs at restaurants come in to design our menu, and top mixologists in Chicago to design the bar menu. So the people who are behind every element of the Magic Lounge are at the top of what they do. And it all comes together to make a really great experience for the customers.
And I found that in like hanging out throughout town, that even people who haven't been here have already heard of it and know that they want to be here. So even if they haven't experienced it, they already know that it's something they need to experience. And that's just the Chicago people. That's just the people locally that I've run into, not to mention people across the nation that want to come to Chicago and have another reason to visit Chicago and experience something that could be just a tourist situation, but we see so many locals that are coming in and repeating business, coming back because they want to see who's next, who's coming up.
And that's part of the reasons why the owners put the Magic Lounge in a neighborhood. We're not downtown in the touristy area. We are part of the Andersonville community, but we draw people from all over the world and all over the country.
Which you would think would be a challenge, because you would think that a place like this would have to almost be downtown to be able to create enough business, but yet it's here, it's in a neighborhood, it's not near, you have to find your way to get here because it's not right by like Millennium Park.
It's not,
but yet people still get here. Now, you started, basically this location started like right before the pandemic. So what were the challenges there, and how was that overcome to keep this going?
Well, we were here, and the pandemic happened in 2020, so 2 years into it, we shut down like everyone else. A week after the shutdown, we immediately started doing virtual shows. So we were one of the first magic shows to go into Zoom.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, the
Okay.
owners had this amazing foresight that we just need to go online.
Wow.
So they didn't wait. It was a week, maybe 2 weeks, where we started doing shows.
Oh, cool.
And the goal wasn't to make a lot of money. We didn't see the potential to do that. It was just to keep the magicians active,
Right.
to have something to do, and to give the audience. We didn't realize this, I think, in the beginning, but the audiences still wanted that communal experience of going to the theater together, of experiencing entertainment that was interactive, and magic, even on Zoom, hit all those marks. So yeah, we jumped into it right away, and we did it pretty much up until things opened again.
Excellent. I didn't even realize that this had continued online during that process.
Yeah, right after.
Amazing.
Yeah, as soon as everything shut down. And we still have magicians from all over the world participate. We had magicians from Europe and Africa, South America, all took part in the virtual shows too.
And now your job of finding and booking the talent here, which seems like it could be very, very challenging.
Yeah.
How did that begin? How did that come about? And let's talk a little bit about the challenge of booking talent for a venue like this.
Yeah, well, that came about. I had my own show in Chicago for 12 years called Magic Chicago. And in that, I would, when the show first started, within the first few years of Magic Chicago starting up, I would start to perform at the Magic Castle. And in my performances at the castle, I got to meet lots of people from outside of the city. I would bring those people, I would book them for Magic Chicago. And for 12 years, I had experience of just bringing the best magicians to Chicago. When this place was going to open up, this particular, excuse me, I'm sorry about the cold, this particular facility, the owners weren't magicians. And so they needed someone in the world of magic who had connections, who could staff this place. And that's how I got the job. And I really owe it to Max Maven and Jack Goldfinger. Max, at that time, was a former entertainment director director of entertainment at the Magic Castle. Jack Goldfinger is the current director of entertainment. Mm-hmm. And they vouched for me, and I got the job here. And yeah, I love it. I love it. The way talent's booked now, I have lots of contacts in the world of magic, but I pay attention to the world of magic. Believe it or not, when this place first opened, I'd be up to 2 a.m. on YouTube looking for magicians I had never heard of. And so I found a few, brought them to Chicago, and I still do that. I pay attention to who's up and coming, who is a working magician, very good, but the world of magic doesn't know about. There's lots of people like that all over the world. So just paying attention to the world of magic and finding people who are a good fit for our audience, which again is lay people. They aren't magicians.
Right, 90 or not more than 90% really are people that are not magicians,
Yeah.
but just love magic. They're here to see magic. They often come for an event for their birthday, and just an amazing crowd that's so stoked to see magic. It's not like some corporate event. They were like, "What's happening? What are we doing? What are we watching here? I guess we'll pay attention." It's people that they know why they're here, and they're so excited about it. Now, let's talk a little bit about why Chicago is such a great location for that, because the history of magic here, really, this is considered to be the most magical city of any city, because the history is so strong.
Yeah. Well, in the late 1800s, 1898, Matt Schulian, who is the godfather of Chicago bar magic, his family opened their famous bar Schulian's. And when you think about just that history alone, from Schulian's, we get Don Allen, we get, who else? You know, Al James, who is still around. Burt Allerton used to hang out there. Paul Rossini, Harlan Tarbell. So there was a time in magic where you had all of this talent in one spot. And when you look at, there's a famous picture of the Chicago Magic Roundtable from the 1960s. When you look at who's in that picture, and to think most of these people lived in Chicago. Amazing. Ed Marlowe, Carmen D'Amico, Jane Marshall, Tom Palmer, who became Tony Andruzzi. I mentioned Don Allen. You know, with Don Allen, you get Eugene Berger and all of these other people.
And even Harry Houdini had an apartment in Chicago at some point.
Yeah, Max Malini used to live in the Congress Hotel right down the on Michigan Avenue. Chicago's always had a lot of magic here, and part of it is because of vaudeville, and all the trains came into Chicago, so it was a hub, and magic has just always been a part of Chicago.
And Eugene Berger as well.
Yes,
was
yeah.
heavily involved in this area. We lived in this area.
Oh yeah, 15 minutes away.
Now, you've had some amazing magicians here. Just 2 weeks ago, some of the names you had. You had Matt King. You had
Guy Hollingworth.
Guy Hollingsworth. You had Mike Cavney.
Yep.
So I would say that there's three factors involved with why so many magicians really want to perform here. One is the history.
Yep.
Two is the beauty of the theater.
Yes.
And three, the audience is amazing.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on why do so many amazing magicians just want to perform here? Why is it a dream to be in this location?
I think it's a dream. Part of it is it's a venue, as you mentioned moments ago, where people come to see magic. Magicians, more than anything, more than money, more than the potential for notoriety, they love to perform for people who love to watch magic. I think that's a big draw. So the audiences are a major part of it. The venue is gorgeous. And there's history. The walls come alive if you know what you're looking at when you step into this place. And then I think lastly is the community of magicians. When you come here, you meet wonderful magicians. There's no sense of competition here. Everyone is very collaborative. Everyone's here to help the next person. And a lot of magicians, and I can't tell you how many, they come here and they say, just the atmosphere is so refreshing. You don't have, it's really a fraternity of magic, a brotherhood of magic, a sisterhood of magic. And it's just wonderful.
I've noticed that as well. From the moment I got here, the first time, this is my second time here, and the first time I was here, just the camaraderie, everyone being so welcoming, immediately wanting to just show me how magical this place is. And there isn't that. Sometimes you go to conventions, you feel that sort of one-upmanship, that competitive nature, and here it's just more of like, I can't wait to see your act, I can't wait to see what you got, I can't wait to share and talk about magic with you, and you've got a lot of local support. Chicago definitely continues to be a hub for magic. It's amazing to me how many local magicians you have involved that aren't just local magicians, they're outstanding magicians. They're incredible performers that support this club and are so involved with it.
Yeah, and they support it because it supported them. It's amazing how good magicians in Chicago are, and I think it's largely because there's a place where they get to come night after night and they get to perform for real people. That will make you good. A number of our magicians work here 5 to 6 nights a week. Some would work 7. I don't allow it because that's too much. That's too much. 6 is enough. But when you have the ability to get up every night, even if you're doing tables and you're doing in an hour, 10 tables times, we're open every day of the year except 3. So you can potentially do 300 to 350 shows a year, and that makes you real good real fast.
Okay, I'm gonna move here.
You should.
At least during the summer.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to be out of the New Orleans heats because I walk outside 70-something degrees. Amazing. Like I walk out, these people don't even appreciate it. I'm like walking outside going, this is what I'm singing in the street. This is wonderful. And they're like, what's wrong with this guy? Like, because I'm in New Orleans where I'm melting and I'm escaping and I get to experience the Chicago. And they say windy city, but it's a nice wind. It's a breeze.
It is a nice wind.
It was so beautiful right now. Incredible. So let's talk a little bit about your new, I'm hoping, I didn't ask him if I could talk about this, so if not, I'll have to edit this part, but you have a new position with, this is sponsored by the IBM. This talk show is sponsored. I'm so lucky to have the International Brotherhood of Magicians supporting me. And you have a new position with the IBM.
I do.
That I know about. I don't know. Is it official? Because I didn't know if it was official.
It's official.
Okay, it's official, so I can talk about it. But Sean Farquhar told me about it, and I was like, who would be more perfect than he has to do this every week. Now he's going to do it once a year for the convention, which is still a challenge. Your new role with the IBM.
Yeah. It's funny. I went to the IBM convention, and the night before I spoke to Sean, a couple of magicians at the convention who helped organize it, they just said, would you ever be interested in doing something for the IBM, working for the IBM in some capacity? And whenever anyone in magic asks me for help, my answer is always the same. I said, if I can be of service, I am happy to. And the next day I had a meeting with Sean and Oscar, and Sean explained to me I've been doing the job for 10 years and it might be time to let someone new have a go of it. And so he said, you do it every day, maybe try and do it for us. And he said, would you do it? I instantly said yes. I didn't have to think about it.
Wow.
I didn't have questions. I just, yes, I would do it. And I'm so excited. I think the convention in Washington is going to be amazing.
Yes, next convention, Tacoma.
Yeah, Tacoma, Washington, and
which is a real place. A lot of people think it's just a made-up term, like where the Lost Boys live, but no, Tacoma is a real place, and our next convention is there. Where we're going. It's funny because people said to Sean, like, we have to go all the way to Tacoma. You know how far that is for me? He goes, you know how far it is for me to come from Vancouver to here?
Yeah,
like,
come on, come on.
Like, think about it for a minute.
Yeah,
there. Yeah. So it's your turn to travel.
Yeah, we have planes.
Yeah,
you don't have to get in a horse and buggy. But the lineup thus far, people who have not performed at national conventions for the IBM before, and all world-class talent, all people you've heard of, but you may not have the chance to see in person. And the goal with booking the convention is to have performers that represent not only excellence in magic, but the larger world that we live in. So when you look at that stage, you'll see in some ways yourself. And that's not common at a lot of conventions. And I think that the acts will engage with everybody, and they'll get us talking to each other and working with each other and really engaging with the convention in a new way that I think will be exciting, and I can't wait.
So what can we reveal? Now, we have plenty of time for you to register for Tacoma. We just left Pittsburgh, where we had the national convention of the IBM.
Yes, it was great.
So who can we see now? Who can we prepare people for now? Like, who do we know?
Okay, I'm not going to tell you everybody,
okay. Yeah, of course.
but I'll give you a few names.
Okay.
And again, some of these people never performed at the convention before. People like Zabrecki.
Oh,
Zabrecki people.
I mean, come on.
Nick DeFott.
Well, all right. Let me stop you there because you already have me.
Right, we got you.
Those are two people that I absolutely love. Absolutely love their style, their performance. So we don't. I want to keep you going, but we don't have to continue. You will get your money's worth already with just those two names.
And just those two names, we have gold medal winners from the IBM. We have FISM award winners. Just world-class talent. You will not be disappointed. It's the best of the best. And the IBM deserves nothing less than that. So come to the convention.
And you had quite a few Chicago people represented at the last IBM.
Yes, we did. And again, a lot of people didn't know them.
Yeah.
But now they'll never forget them. And that's
absolutely.
Sean's Farquhar. You know, he had this vision of not only having legendary people, but introducing you to the next generation of great magicians.
We had Luis.
Yes.
We had
Luis
Paige.
Carrion, Paige Thompson.
We had Kayla
Drescher, that's right.
Who else do we have from
Harrison
Chicago?
Lampert.
Harrison was there as well. And just great acts. That I was really happy to see, because I had gotten a chance to see them here in Chicago, and when I saw that they were on the bill, that they would be part of the IBM, I was stoked. And they did not disappoint.
They did not.
Just incredible acts. I think Tacoma is going to be pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about your history. So before all of this, before you were involved with the Chicago Magic Lounge, before you were involved with the IBM, because that's already that's quite a career. What got you started in magic, and why are you a magician?
I got started in magic. The first magician I ever saw was at kindergarten preschool.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing this magician and not really having the consciousness to recognize it as magic, but just seeing it as something that I had to do. Had to do it.
Yeah.
Don't know why. And then my dad, for 2 years when I was a kid, he was a stay-at-home dad, and to entertain me, he had a deck of TV magic cards. And he would do really, to me, amazing things with those TV magic cards. And that was that was really it.
No, TV magic cards.
Marshall Brodeen, Svengali deck.
Okay, so like a Svengali deck.
It was a Svengali
Okay,
deck. Yeah, branded as TV magic cards through
Yeah.
Marshall Brodeen. And for a while, I thought I might be a scientist, but then I saw David Copperfield when I was about 11 or 12 do the Escape from Alcatraz. I immediately went upstairs. I had one magic book. I cut all the pictures out and I taped them to my walls, put all my science stuff away.
Wow.
And then I was like, I'm gonna be a magician. And I just pursued that. And when I was about to leave college, I said I have to find a way to support myself. And I called the Magic Castle. I had seen Tina Leonard on television. Where I grew up, there was no access to the world of magic that I knew of. I saw Tina on television, and I called the Magic Castle, and I said, can I have Tina Leonard's phone number? And they gave it to me, and I called her. And
Really?
and I talked to her for like 40 minutes. It was great.
Wow.
And then I saw McBride on TV, and I didn't know where he lived or anything. But I thought to myself, magicians live in Las Vegas. So I called Las Vegas Directory Assistants, and I said, can you give me Jeff McBride's number? They did.
What?
Yeah, it's true. And
Okay, how long ago was this? Because I feel like that wouldn't be that easy now.
No, it was like I was 19 years old, so like 1995-ish.
I just feel like right now I couldn't,
You couldn't do
call
that.
a directory and go, give me Jeff McBride's number,
Yep.
right? Like,
And they
that's
gave it to me.
Crazy.
And I called his house. Abby picked up the phone. She said, he's not here. He's in Atlantic City performing. Here's the number to the hotel. Call him. So I called him, and I'm talking to him about magic. And he's giving me so much great information. I was not sophisticated enough to really internalize it. And I think eventually he picked up on that. And just as he's about to hang up the phone, he says, where do you live? I said, Chicago. He said, you live in Chicago? You got to call Eugene Berger.
Wow.
And so I called Eugene, who was in the next room. He was performing with Jeff in Atlantic City. I left a voicemail or on his answer machine, back then, answer machine. 2 weeks later, I get a call from Eugene, and I meet him at his apartment. And that began a relationship of 20 years.
Wow.
In which he taught me amazing things. Not just how to do magic tricks, but he taught me how to basically live the life that I have now. Without Eugene, I wouldn't be here. So, and and I do magic for the same reason we all do magic. We just have to.
Right.
It's just something in us that has to express itself through the form. And that's why I do it.
Well, you said you were going to become a scientist. My
Yep.
favorite definition of magic is a science that we don't yet understand.
Yeah.
So you're not far off.
Not far.
You're pursuing science. It's just a science that nobody understands.
Right.
Which makes it even more fun.
Yeah.
Because it confuses scientists.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so which is the best.
Yeah.
When you can like throw them off. But that's an amazing origin story.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like getting started in magic today, just like going to a pay phone, if you know what that is, and going, give me Jeff McBride's phone number. Can you connect me with Tina Leonard?
Yeah,
Like
and-
operator,
yes.
operator Tina Leonard.
And that's not even the half of it. I remember I went to David Copperfield's website, and the contact page, I just sent a message through the contact page. Chris Kinner called me and gave lots of great advice. But that's the great thing about the world of magic. A kid can call you or call anybody in magic, and chances are that magician, no matter how big they are, will take the time to talk to them, to try to give them some guidance. And that's what our role is, to help facilitate growth and in the art of magic for people coming behind us.
That's perfect. And that's exactly what we're trying to do with this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
With these online interviews, we want to reach out and find the people that have a true interest and guide them and help them find mentors so that they're doing it the right way and that we're doing our job to protect the craft, protect the art, not just throw it out there, but know what it means to us and what our job is to protect it and keep that art first.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we're doing in places like this, provide us an opportunity to do that, which is absolutely incredible and inspiring.
Yeah, it's great.
Absolutely inspiring.
It's great.
So I kind of screwed up because I have an opening question
screw up.
that I totally forgot about.
No.
So we're gonna close with what's normally my opening question.
Okay, even better.
Because usually that's what I start with, and it's because of the title of the show,
Okay.
Something Up My Sleeve. My opening question normally is, which will be now a great way to end it, is what is something up your sleeve? Metaphorically speaking, what makes you as a performer?
What makes me as a performer?
What's up your sleeve?
is I believe in magic. And I don't believe magic is something you do, it's something you are. And that's what makes me me. I believe I am magic. And I try to bring out the magic in the audience. The magic isn't what we do, it's who we are, how we connect, and how we feel about life. That's what makes me me.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Dig it.
Thank you so much. This has been so unbelievable.
Like my
And
t-shirt. Like my t-shirt.
Yes. And now I get to spend 3 more.